Hey everyone, it's Wingspan TT, and if you're watching, you know what time it is. It is time for Duels 2013. I'm in the semi-finals of the Weapons of Mass Gaming Duels Community Laser fucking tournament, and I'm up against none other than Weapons of Mass Gaming MetalChris. I beat Weapons of Mass Gaming JT in the first round. Now it's time for MetalChris, and I am playing Born of Flame. Now there's two reasons I'm playing Born of Flame. First of all, because after seeing Daisho lose to MetalChris in the first round, I was crushed. I was crushed to see Daisho lose to MetalChris. And I was like, man, I was really rooting for Daisho. It's nothing against MetalChris, but Daisho and I, you know, he beat me in the last tournament. We go a little far back. He wrote some articles for Top Tier Tactics. I take a mulligan. The second reason is I started thinking, what deck is MetalChris going to play? Well, he can't play Pack Instinct because the rules of the tournament were you have to change decks every round. All right, he can't play Pack Instinct. He's not going to play Obedient Dead because he saw me beat JT, okay? So what does that really leave? No one's going to play Celestial Light, no one's going to play Mill, and no one's going to play Exalted as far as I know. So I'm like, he's either going to play Goblins or he's going to play Peacekeepers. And what deck would do pretty well against that? Born of Flame, because it's got some board sweepers, it's got lots of like deal 1 damage to this creature, 1 damage to that creature cards in it, okay? And it's got burn straight to the face, and Peacekeepers does not have healing. So I thought not only could I play a deck that will be effective against any deck that MetalChris will play, because he's not going to play Crosswinds, alright? He's not going to play Mill, and he can't play Pack Instinct, and I didn't think he would play Obedient Dead after watching I would just think, oh, he must know by now that I am capable of beating Obedient Dead. I'm like, I'm going to Born of Flame. And going into this, I just want to play extremely carefully because I think the big mistake people made Born of Flame versus Peacekeepers is they burn too many little weenies, they lose all their burn spells, and then they're out by the end of the game, and then when the bigger threats drop, they have nothing left, so I want to play very conservatively. And a lot of people were complaining about the video quality last one, and I know this video quality is not great. It is technically 720p. I just shot it off my HTC Droid Incredible 2 in 720p, so it's off of my fucking TV, so give me a little slack. Guys, I cannot do better than this until I buy a second Xbox, so unless someone just wants to give me $200 to buy it, right now I'm just going to have to deal with this. And, you know, the rest of my content is still off the PC, so it's still in HD. It's still higher than 720, really, but it gets downscaled. So I hope you can deal. And my initial plan here was I do not want to kill the Doom Traveler. There's no reason to kill it. It generates huge card advantage. If you don't know, the Doom Traveler is a 1/1 for 1 white mana. When it dies, it becomes a 1/1 flying spirit. So basically, when it dies, it actually gets better. So when you kill it, you have to kill it twice. You have to either use 2 cards or 2 turns, and you know, then I give him a flying blocker. There's no reason for me to kill the Doom Traveler because look, it would take him 18 turns to kill me attacking like this. And he's got cards in his hand. Here comes the Journey to Nowhere. He's going to exile my my Phoenix, which is very powerful because normally the Phoenix just wouldn't die otherwise. But since it's going to get exiled, I can never get it back. Now I do want to note I did put World Fire in this deck. I put World Fire in this deck because I figured, all right, if he's playing Peacekeepers, World Fire is a game-winning card. Because guess what would happen if I cast World Fire? All permanents would get exiled, including Journey to Nowhere. We would be each with 1 life, and I would get the Phoenix back. Now, maybe that's not the best rationale, but I just want to have that option. Now, I'm not actually going to burn anything here. I want him to think that I'm considering it. I want him to know I have burns, so he just doesn't, you know, lay out the whole board, but I want him to think I'm considering it. I can take this 1 damage all day. It's not a big deal. It's just 1 damage. Because really, once I drop Inferno Titan, shit is going to be real. Once I get burned going straight to his face, shit is going to be real, and that's just what I wanted to do. So, I don't know, there was some lag here, and you guys who play this game, I'm sure you know there's always game syncing issues. It's not MetalChris' fault, it's not my fault, it's just some weird lag. And now here he plays the Archon of Justice. And here's why. See, I had this little 4 damage burn left. I did not want to leave Archon of Justice on the table for 2 reasons. One reason is because it's a big fucking creature, it's a 4/4. Secondly is I don't have a Chandra's Outrage, so if he gets something like any kind of pumping ability on the table, then basically I wouldn't have any way to stop it. I only have 1 5 damage spell, and that's Beacon of Destruction, and there's only 1. Just like I only have 1 of these Chain Reactions, which is a very pivotal sweeping card. And this card, Chain Reaction, is not that good in regular Magic, but it's very good in Duels of Planeswalkers. It deals damage to every creature equal to the number of creatures on the battlefield. So if there's 5 creatures, every creature takes 5 damage. There's 10 creatures, every creature takes 10 damage. I figured this would be a great card to play because if he's playing goblins or peacekeepers, I could sweep the board for 4 mana. I could also sweep with Flame Break, I could also sweep with Earthquake, and I also have my Inferno Titan. And this thing, see, now's the best time. Now is good. I was patient with Chain Reaction, but I'm not going to leave this on the board. Again, because if a sweeper hits the board, I could be, I'm not sweeper, but a pumper hits the board, I could be in trouble. So he's going to swing for 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn. If I kill everything with Chain Reaction, the only thing that could possibly go wrong is he's going to get a 1/1 flyer. Big deal. It's a 1/1. I do have the Phoenix here, which is great because it's bait, okay? So maybe I can I can trick him into exiling my Phoenix. Not that I want to exile, but I'd much rather get Inferno Titan on the field. The other thing is that he doesn't have that much removal. I think he has like 1 or 2 Oblivion Rings, 1 or 2 Journey to Nowhere, and 1 or 2 of those guys, it's a 1/3 creature that does the exile effect. And I'm not afraid of those because I can always burn them. So if I can draw out the Oblivion Rings and the Journeys to Nowhere, that would be absolutely great. There are some combat tricks you can do, I mean some instant tricks you could do to screw over Oblivion Ring or something like that. But it's not really that important. And here I was like, oh, I don't know, should I play the Ruby Medallion? I'd rather get this guy on the board, see what he does, force him to do something to it. Whether that's play an Archon of Justice to get some damage on the board, whether that's to exile it with, I don't know, Oblivion Ring or something like that, fine. And then I'm going to have Searing Spear around and Inferno Titan, which you all know is just an amazing card in Daisho. He did make some mistakes playing his games, and I watched Daisho's games against MetalChris over and over because I want to see how does MetalChris play, what mistakes did Daisho made. I mean, Daisho played well, but he did make mistakes. I think he did math wrong in some places, both mana math and damage math, and I wanted to make very, very careful decisions to make sure I didn't do any math wrong. Here comes the Oblivion Ring, and there it goes, my Phoenix. And you see, here's this 1/1 creature again. I'm not afraid. It's a 1/1. It will take 14 turns for it to kill me. Whereas if I get enough burn, I could kill him in 1 or 2 turns. So it's not a big deal, and I can kill this at any time. I also put in my deck Chandra's, what is it? Chandra's Outrage, Chandra's Fury. It's the 5-mana instant, deals 1 damage to every creature. Again, normally it's bad, but he has so many 1 toughness creatures, including the 2/1 creatures. Now I just play this because I didn't draw the land. If I drew the land, I'd play the Inferno Titan. And I'm just kind of hoping he'll play like 2 more 1/1 creatures. That way I can play the Inferno Titan and clear the board. Of course, if I draw into Worldfire and I get 9 mana, that'd also be great. I would instantly win from getting my creatures back. And I have burn now, only 6 damage worth of burn. Again, no point in burning this thing. If he casts Archon Justice or something scary, I need to get rid of it. And I have a feeling he's been holding cards in his hand because he doesn't want to put burn targets on the field. He knows that I'm trying to sweep, but at the same time, he also knows he can't win just leaving a 1/1 creature on the board. He knows I'm going to get Inferno Titan or something scary eventually, so he has to play these cards at some point. And what better time than now? I can't blame him. Of course, these are all great targets for me, or should I rather say my Inferno Titan. And again, I do apologize for video quality. I hope this is a little bit better, although I know some of the later matches, I believe, just come through a little fuzzier. And here I was just trying to decide like which creatures am I going to kill with Inferno Titan. I decided I was going to kill 1 token and 2 of the Hawks. Why? I don't know why. Because I hate tokens. All right, they give me the heebie-jeebies. They're creepy. Goodbye. The other reason is because I wasn't 100% sure that there's no resurrection spells in his deck. And if there were resurrection spells in his deck, you can't get the tokens back. They get exiled when they hit the graveyard. So I just wanted to do that and essentially have 1 creature that can never be recovered in the exiled. So now he's got his 1/1, which is just going to die when I attack with Inferno Titan. I have my Phoenix to hit the board also, and I have 6 damage worth of burn. So pretty much the game is mine when I get to swing, as long as he doesn't like Oblivion Ring my guy or something like that. Of course he's going to swing here. There's no reason not to because his creature will automatically die when I attack with Inferno Titan. I do at least know that he doesn't have a... Why am I blanking on that card? The card that... here's the Fiend Hunter. 1/3, it's going to exile my guy. But actually, this is going to work against him because now, when I kill his 1/3 creature, Inferno Titan's going to come back and then trigger its coming into play, entering the battlefield effect one more time, once more with Feeling. And there we go. So I get to play here my Phoenix, get that on the board. I have my Spears, so I can use it as an instant and just see what he does. I'm just going to swing. No reason to hang back and block, because as soon as he attacks, I can do 3 damage to Fiend Hunter. Inferno Titan will come back into play and kill off his little guy. And that's pretty much it. I can't imagine whatever the last card he just drew here is going to win him the game. But you never know. You never know, right? It's like the New Jersey Lotto. If you're from New Jersey. If not, I guess it's pretty much like any lotto. That's a great tagline, though. You never know. That's a great way to get you to throw away your money on lottery tickets. Although I don't really like to, think of it completely as throwing away, because the reality is, when you buy a lottery ticket, you don't really lose your money, even when you lose. Like, the money goes to state, and then that money goes to cops that prevent you from getting raped in a Parisian jail. So, maybe not Parisian jail or dungeon or anything, just a local one. But essentially what I'm saying is, when you buy lottery tickets, it's not a total loss. The money goes to state. You benefit indirectly, whether it's from your taxes, your school, the cops, the roads. Okay? Like, I'm just saying, if you have a business, like, you didn't build that. That's what I'm just saying. Like, if you have this deck in this game, you didn't build that. It's just a deck. I'm not going to go into Obama jokes. There's no reason. There's no reason to do that. I'm not going to make this political. The only political enemy I have is MetalChris. And at the end of his turn, I'm going to kill his little guy, so his 2/2 tokens become 1/1 tokens. And then when I swing with the Inferno Titan, they're going to all automatically die, and I'm just going to swing in for lethal damage. Because I'll have 6 damage from the Inferno Titan, 6 damage from its fire-breathing ability. That's 12, and then 2 from the Chandra's Phoenix. And just to make sure, here, coming up to 6. And, yeah, I think on the Xbox version here, I forgot to actually set it so that these things all resolve in their own time. So it's a little bit annoying, but I guess I should just fix it. I should fix it. But that's it. 12 damage, 2 damage. That should pretty much be it to be fatal. And guys, that is game 1 against MetalChris. I hope you enjoyed this game, and I hope you'll come back to watch game 2 in this crazy epic series. Cheers.